Welcome back everyone to the Complete Pineleaf. I am back here with Meldeer here after checking the Great Span. Hi there, I'm back.
The Morgul host must be defeated.
Ah yes, these will do nicely. With so many foes surrounding us, we will need a large supply of blades, for even the strongest sword shall eventually wear. You have my thanks. You're welcome. And also, I've checked the
The
span.
Morgul host must be defeated.
This does not bode well for us or the White City Pineleaf. Faramir and Boromir threw down the Great Bridge when the enemy tried to sack Osgiliath, but it appears that the orcs have found a way to rebuild it and allow it to bear the weight of the enormous siege weapons. It is no easy task to break a bridge, my friend. Let us return to the tunnel soon and think of how we might slow their advance. Well, there is that little detail. That's another ranger that I've helped. Now I have two more rangers to find, plus I need to search the northwestern area for the third soldier. Ah, it looks like I found the last of the soldiers.
Many of the Orcish forces are led by a terrible man, clad all in armor. He is Gothmog.
Oh, Gothmog again. Yes, you're a friend. I can tell from your dress and bearing. You have to help me. I was separated from Faramir and sustained an injury, and it seems to me from doing something that I must. Many of the Orcish forces are led by a terrible man called Gothmog. Runners bring messages from him throughout the city, and I saw one of these runners perish beneath many fallen stones near the fountain to the east. I was injured before I could dig through the rubble and find the orders. I have overheard the orcs speaking of a mighty weapon they plan to use against the White City. Go to the fountain and search through the stones for the dead message bearer. The message he carries might give us knowledge of this weapon. Right. So let's go and find this weapon and see if it's as powerful as they think. I found some rubble here, and the place is also filled with half-trolls, unfortunately. So let's see if I can do that without running into it, especially when they're called executioners. Know nothing of use. And I just don't want them to be executing a hobbit. Nothing there. Any place else I could find? Oh, right there. Just where that troll was passing. There we go. Nothing. Maybe I missed something. Just keep on digging. Haha. Well, then let's dig more. I find a parchment clutched beneath in a dead hand. Okie dokie. Now, let's bring the orders back. On my way back to the culprits, I found another ranger, Hothier.
What news have you?
You're fortunate that you don't bear the markings of the Morgul host ranger, else I would have struck you down before you dared step so close. I shall heed Moblung's orders in time, but if you wish to count yourself among us, you shall aid me first, for there are far more pressing matters at hand. What shall it be? All right, what do you need me to do? It seems like all of you have something for me to do.
Is there no end to enemy forces invading our land?
Have you passed through the square, stranger? I doubt you have, for your head still sits upon your neck. I think I did pass through it, though. They gather an imprison in the theater to the south, and they drag them out into the square to be tortured and beheaded. So that's why I saw those executioners out there. They play with the bodies and they toss around the heads, laughing with the horrible orcish tongues. After a time, they burn the corpses, for the heads they keep. And I don't know what vile end, nor do I wish to. This is a war, Pineleaf. Make no mistake of it. If you were to come be one of us, you must know the horrors we have endured. Make for the square and free any of our men that yet live, and slay any of those troll men that stand in your way. Right, so I need to free rangers that are trapped in the square. Oh, fun. Well then, let's see what I can do here. That would be up where I was. Oh, no. It's up this way. Yes. Uh-oh. Well, fortunately, that's not one of the half trolls. That's one of the Haradrim. Ouch! Hey, 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 hey. You don't need to do that. I can get myself into trouble without your help. Really? I'm quite adept at it. Ah, now, where were we? Oh, yes. I want to try to free rangers. There's one. Yeah. And any others here? I thought I saw 2 rings around here. Oh, he's getting ready to chop off a head. Well, I've got to prevent that, don't I? Oh, you know that they're immune to this, so why do I bother? Well, I bother because I keep on forgetting it. It's just a force of habit. I'm saying, okay, yeah, let's ambush them. I'm hoping it at least does a decent amount of damage at the start of the combat. So there'll be something gained from it. Really? Really? Very well. Hey, get out of here, please, quickly. Ah, I found the theater that he mentioned, and this does not look like a nice place. Not a nice place at all. Well, it doesn't look like anyone has done anything good at this theater recently. Let's not come here for a nice play or anything like that. Oh, hey, that's my weapon. First you lag me, then you steal my weapon. I know what you're up to. You are up to no good. That's what I gotta say. Now, how do I get to the other side? The optimal path through here. It's not going to have me go through about 5 different half-trolls. The question is, where are those 3 rings? Oh my goodness gracious, they're down there! Well then, so much for... Oh, there you are. I was wondering where my attacker was. Oh, come on, stop that! Oh, come on! Excuse me, I gotta kill this guy. Ah, the other one bled to death anyway. Alright, good timing on the switch. Now, let's see if I can get down there. Well, I am going to have to take care of these 2 guys. Then I can head down into the theater. Good grief. Hey, let's send you into a quest that sends you into a torture theater. Filled with half-trolls. Yeah. Actually, maybe none of the half-trolls are down here. We gotta be careful of him. I am probably going to have quite a... Oh, stop it! You're annoying, aren't you? Just being annoying. Now, let's see if they're way down there. That doesn't require me to go through. Oh, I almost had some poor timing on that. Actually, what if I sneak down? See, I don't know if that half troll is going to see me because I really don't want to tangle with it. But I guess that's what careful step is all about. Now, sneak down. Oh, of course there would be one down here. I don't know why I thought there was a possibility that there wouldn't be a half troll staying right on top of the rangers. But of course there is one. Yeah, how quick I can make him bleed. Yeah, they just bleed to death as I do that. Okay, you could unknock me out now. Thank you. Let's free this ranger. Now, let's free this ranger. And finally, let's free this ranger. And with that, I am out of this place. I managed to free those rangers for you.
What news have you?
It pains me to see so few left alive, but any who are spared that fate have truly been granted a new life. You have my thanks, Pineleaf. You're welcome.
I only trust my fellow rangers.
A fellow ranger and I were to scout the square, but we became separated. His name is of no import to you, for you did not know him as I have. I saw him scout the square near the old palace of King Eldakar, but then he was lost from sight and I had to fall back. The palace is a grim place, and I believe the enemy seeks to use it as a stronghold for his servants, the Nazgul. They spend much of their time up above those vile beasts, but I have seen them pass among the forces here in Osgiliath, and even the orcs recoil at their approach. I wonder why. If he has gone into the palace, he's likely dead, but I wish to know for certain. Search the palace and return to me here when you're finished. Only then shall we speak of returning to the tunnels. Oh boy, of course he would have another one for me. The seat of the two kings. Alright, then that will be back to the palace. Oh, really? You really wanted to do that to me. Oh boy. Back to the palace. I have not found the ranger, but the air grows heavy and dreadful near the palace. Well, I guess that should be no shock if the Nazgul have anything to do with this place. Let's go inside. This does not look like a good place, especially when you see that stand tall thing come up here. It says, uh-oh. Something nasty's going to happen. Anything here? Nope. Nope. You see a crumpled body of a man in the distance. Well, as long as the next person that comes here doesn't see the crumpled body of a hobbit. Slain Ranger of Ithilien. Strange wounds mark the man's lifeless body as a blunted Morgul blade lies nearby. Well, he's not going to like that. I found his body in the palace.
I only trust my fellow rangers.
He should have known better than to tread so close to the enemy's holdings, even if knowledge of their movements could be gained. Do not think me callous, Pineleaf. It is hard to muster much feeling after seeing so many of one's friends murdered by these vile raids. Well, there is that. Well then, back to the culverts. I couldn't find Faramir, but I did find this message on one of the enemy.
I cannot read much of this message, but I know it means trouble.
Means trouble. Oh, wonderful.
Our enemies have brought a great weapon to Osgiliath, a mighty ram called Grond.
Yes, the message that you recovered is addressed from Gothmog to the master of the great beasts, and he commands his master to pull the ram through the city to the west gate. We must assume that Gothmog or his superiors plan to use Grond to smash the gates of Minas Tirith. We have to stop it. If this message has not been delivered by another of Gothmog's runners, we have a brief window available to us before Grond begins to move once more. This hunter from the Blackroot Vale has been itching for a chance to prove himself. Take him and find Grond before it leaves the city, and damage or destroy the ram before it reaches the Pelennor. Once it leaves Osgiliath, we will not be able to halt its progress. No, we will not. So we need to go to the Blackroot Hunter. Hello there.
We will find my brother and seek this weapon together.
Then let's go.
Our enemies have brought a great ram to the city. We must damage or destroy it.
How we'll do that, I don't know. Before we left the culverts, I asked Damrod how we will know the ram called Grond, and he responded with laughter. When I pressed him on the matter, he said we would simply know, so it must be obvious, Pineleaf. Let us make our way through the city and see if he speaks the truth. Let us fight through the city and search for this weapon, Grond. We must also remain alert for my brother Duerlin, for he too hunts within the city. Alright. Come, Pineleaf, it is time for courageous deeds. Let's hope that they're also successful deeds. Orcs ahead! Let none escape! Well, they're probably saying the same thing about us. Just saying. And now it's your turn. Ah, nice to be fighting orcs again instead of half trolls. Ah, right. Next. Where are all the orcs? No idea. Something dreadful is around here. A feeling of dread falls upon you, and hazy images swim before your eyes. There's so many camps, and the smell of roasting meat is still in the air. Oh my. Where did the orcs go, and for what purpose? Well, I don't know. Perhaps they've been roused by their masters for some offensive? Maybe. Ah. Finally, what's wrong? You look quite unwell. Well, there was a little bit of a dread put on here. Hopefully that little boost I put on is going to help me a little while. How am I doing in my... Oh my goodness gracious, I'm a... Oh, what's wrong, Pineleaf? You asked for what he makes of the ghostly images that he's feeling a dread. I don't know what you're talking about, friend. I see nothing but an absence of orcs and the crumbling ruins of the once proud Osgiliath. You say you saw more than that? Do you see it still? What's going on here? No idea. Should we continue our search? Yeah, let's go. I popped a hope token. Yes, we must go on. Alright. Grond awaits. Wonderful. Oh, what's this? Huh? A Marthio? There's an orc patrol! With an eye on it, apparently. How much dread is there? Plus 8 dread! Ha 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 ha! Hope 1. Boy, I really added quite a bit of hope to this thing if I was able to overcome most of it. I mean, I would be cowering right now or something like this most likely if I hadn't done that. And now for you. Finally, are you well? Not particularly. I can tell by your face that something has got you in the grip, Pineleaf, and it is frustrating to see you experience this devilry and be unable to help in any way. Actually, I did help a little bit there. All I can say to you is to master your eyes and to distrust even convincing visions of horror, for they surely seek to lead you astray. Dwellin and I grew up in the Blackroot Vale, and we are no strangers to the feelings of dread. But why do you feel this presence so keenly and I feel nothing? The sooner we find Grond and destroy it, the sooner we will leave this place. If you're well enough to continue, you should search to the north, and I will search to the east. Stand strong against whatever evil you find. Yeah, I will. Okay, I have to go to the north, which is this way. Let's see if I can find it. Now, I saw some big stuff earlier. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. You mean this thing about Amarthiel? You have found a broken body of the Ranger Golidir. As you approach the fallen Ranger, your mind rebels at the thought of Golidir might be somehow gotten ahead of you and come to Osgiliath against Aragorn's command. How could he have come more swiftly than the Corsair ships, more swiftly than your own tread? The merest flickering of doubt is enough to dispel the wondering mind, and you see now that the body lying on the groundstones is a war-torn Osgiliath is not of Golidir after all, but of a soldier fallen in its defense. Well, this is... Well, that's a huge ram. Oh. Then again, here's a huger one. Oh, my goodness gracious. The Course of Isildur. Oh my. You have found Grond, the great weapon of the enemy. Yeah. So I was just seeing a lesser ram before. Grond, resist your effort, but don't give up. Okay, let's do a little bit here. It still resists my efforts. It's as if a tiny little hobbit were trying to break a huge war machine or something like that. And now, yeah, like I'm going to get through this biggest one of all. Then again, maybe I could. You did it, Pineleaf! Yay! I stand in awe at your deeds, Pineleaf. You have managed to inflict some damage to the great weapon of the enemy. It seems clear that the destruction of Grond itself is beyond our means, but you have inflicted enough damage to the structure that bears it, and it may slow its progress through the gates to Minas Tirith. My brother fought a number of orcs within the city, well more than we encountered. He thinks that we are preparing for a renewed assault. Uh-oh. I can't believe the size of this. Larger than a Mumak. Okay. What a terrible weapon, Pineleaf. My brother and I took solemn vows when we were children to always look upon the bright side of a situation. But I must tell you that I'm finding it difficult to maintain this outlook while confronted with the terrible Grond. And yet, you managed to disable it, at least for a time. Even a weapon as frightful as this can be slowed. Hope springs in my breast, even as I worry, and the worry passes. Uh-oh. Oh! Pineleaf. Many days have passed since I last saw you. Many leagues have you traveled. We are both changed, Pineleaf. Can you feel it? Once I was Mordorith, steward of Angmar, but I was undone by trickery. The elf Laerden is slain, and the daughter is not worthy of mention. I fell upon the void, but my master pulled me back. The blade was the key, Pineleaf. The Dunedain who first wounded me still lives, still drowning his sorrows in the north. While he lives, I cannot die. While he lives, I cannot die. Do you think he felt my return? Does hated Goladir feel my presence even now? Do you think my anger haunts him still in the northern lands? It matters not. The Dark Lord has given me a new form, a stronger form. I am Gothmog. The dread terror and meanest hero shall crumble before me. Get out of here! Oh boy. Mordorith has returned as Gothmog. How will we stop this? Maybe we'll start to unravel this in the next episode of The Complete Pineleaf.